What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today, yes, we do have Ulmus is the correct hero. My guess from yesterday is right. I kind of wish I was wrong. Lorson, I feel like, ported over from AFK Arena would be such a better hero than Ulmus, but Ulmus is coming, and it is confirmed, I believe, in this video here that he is an A-level hero. This is definitely one that is going to be another skip for the average player. I know we're just waiting for that first S level that's busted, because even if this A level is just like God tier or something, you can eventually get them easier through probably like Dream Realm and stuff. A levels are just easier to get in general. I don't know. Let's take a look at his skills. Honestly, he fills a very... he just fills a weird niche where he's like a combination of Haywen and Granny put together, but at the same time, you'll see he looks okay. The problem is I want to just slot him in the same team with Aaron, like every other hero that's come out right now. We need some variety in heroes. Either way, let's take a look at this hero. Chances are we're probably not even building him ourselves, but let's see what he looks like. So the interesting thing with this hero is they actually released like the full skill card instead of the light version, which is pretty surprising. Pretty impressed that they did that. That must mean that they're happy with where this hero is. However, let's go over first his ultimate ability, Ancient Tenacity. Passive version of it, so there's a passive and an active. When Ulmus HP drops below 30%, he retreats to the back line and takes root to recover 30% HP. And then while rooted, he's unaffected and unable to move, but he can't be CC'd. His normal attacks become range attacks and deal additional 50% damage to enemies surrounding the primary target. So he deals AoE damage, which again, feels like an Aaron type comp, which again, we just need to get away from those Aaron comps to make some more variety. Then the active version of his ultimate, Ulmus attacks an enemy, knocking the target and adjacent enemies in the air, dealing 200% damage plus an extra 4% of HP. This skill prioritizes the area with most enemies. So this is a pretty cool ability. When you look at his Mythic Plus as well. I'll show you guys right here. We're gonna listen to little snippets of this too as we go, as they explain it, and then show you the combat too.
Ulmus has two different states in battle, both providing crucial protection to the team. When his health is good, he uses his ultimate skill, Ancient Tenacity, hammering the ground to knock down the target and nearby enemies.
Which basically just like feels like a worse version than Lamont honestly has, because Lamont's knockdown is such a bigger area and like pretty much equal damage.
His skill Verdant Barrier adds a shield to himself, and when it breaks, it deals damage to nearby enemies. Also breaks, it deals damage shield to himself.
So if you look right here, it looks like it also knocks the enemies back, which is kind of a cool effect. Again, the hero that would probably synergize very well with Alsa too, so maybe you can make an Alsa-oriented, like an Alsa-Ulmus Sorin type team that doesn't have to do with Aaron and like Arden, and they can have like a separate lineup. I don't know.
And when it breaks, it deals damage to nearby enemies. Also, the skill Way of the Forest allows him to continuously recover a portion of his lost health.
Which is cool. That, again, is from, like, AFK Arena, essentially. Just constantly regenerating a percentage of his missing HP, so that heal will become bigger and bigger the less HP he has.
This is when Grandpa Ulmus becomes the protector, taking the hits at the front and shielding those behind him.
But I know he has another state. So
when his health drops below a certain threshold for the first time...
And again, this is what we were talking about, the passive portion of his ultimate.
He returns to his initial tile and takes root, changing...
So they say initial tile, but like the description says he goes to the backmost tile, which is this one right here on this battlefield. So I think that's just a misspeak on that, because he's supposed to teleport to the back of the battlefield.
All his skills. In his rooted state, Grandpa Ulmus switches to a ranged attack form and becomes immune to all control effects.
Okay, now this animation looks pretty cool. You can see he's like rooted and everything, and then he's gonna do this big boulder toss.
This time, his ultimate, Ancient Tenacity, changes to throwing a boulder instead of hammering the ground, knocking down the target. This is when Grandpa Ulmus gets really angry. Verdant Barrier will now shield the foremost ally instead of himself.
which is cool. Now that he does not need the shield and healing and stuff, he actually pushes that shield to whoever's in the front of the battlefield. So it's almost like you want to run like a tank and a pseudo tank, or like two hybrid tanks in this situation, Ulmus being one of them.
Way of the Forest also changes. When rooted, he recovers energy instead of health.
Which is cool. I like that, because if you're in the back, you don't necessarily need the health regen, so getting to more ultimate skills could be really, really good here.
Taking root allows Grandpa Ulmus to fall back and support other heroes, continuing the fight even with low health.
Which again leads me to believe you want to have like multiple tank type heroes. I mean, heck, him and Freyasto might be insane if you put him behind the energy gaining original copy of Freyasto, and Freyasto's tanking could be pretty cool.
So, little squirrel.
No, we don't need to listen to all this. Let's go back to the next skill here. So, his Mythic plus unlock exclusive Prowling Root sounds pretty strong, because it says extends his root to trap vulnerable enemies on the battlefield whenever an enemy target is knocked down, knocked into the air, or moved displacement. So again, Lamont type abilities. This also synergizes well with Floribel, her knock-up type ability, and other displacement abilities. I mean, let's be honest, Aaron almost binds the target to the ground, increasing the knockdown duration by 2 seconds, so that's pretty huge, and dealing damage. This effect can only affect the same target once every 10 seconds, but that's pretty quick in combat. If you go up to level 2 and level 4, it just increases the damage, which is probably not going to be that big, but level 3 gains 60 life drain when dealing damage with this skill. It might help, because if he is in the back row, he doesn't have the healing anymore. He has energy gain, so it could work out good. I don't know. But again, displacement heroes seem pretty good. Soren could synergize well. Lamont could synergize really well. We'll have to see.
Grandpa can use his exclusive skill, Prowling Roots, to sense the battlefield. When an enemy is knocked up, knocked down, or forcibly moved, Grandpa Ulmus uses his roots to entangle the target.
Which again, that was like a knock-up from Cassidy. I think when his shield breaks, if it does knock them back like it looked like, that should also proc it.
Ending their downtime and dealing damage.
That could be, like, that's the one thing I think could be absolutely crazy with crowd control deficit pushing teams, is that extended duration of CC could actually be really, really huge.
This control effect can trigger once every 4 seconds on the same enemy.
That said once every 4 seconds on the same enemy. Did you hear that? Whereas here it says once every 10.
Damage. This control effect can trigger once every 4 seconds on the same enemy.
I mean, if it's once every 4, that's actually kind of busted. And that's pretty much the it of the hero. But yeah, if that actually works every 4 seconds and not 10, that would be absolutely crazy. Now, in reality, for those who are really pushing content, he might actually be absolutely amazing to get, depending on how his survivability looks and how his damage works. But again, his Mythic Plus, as with every hero, seems like a game changer. And if it is only every 4 seconds and not 10 seconds like the description says, that would be absolutely busted. You could definitely keep enemies chain knocked down by running heroes like Lamont, Soren. So I was actually thinking like a Lamont, Alsa, Soren, or Ulmus and like Coco type team. That way you're getting a pretty good faction bonus too. And that way you're not even touching your Aaron Arden type compositions. That could be really, really strong. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. This could be absolutely crazy. I mean, heck, honestly, Ulmus, Aaron Arden in combination with like Lamont and Alsa sounds like an absolutely disgusting combo where you don't even need healing outside of Ulmus because of the amount of crowd control you might be having. So this could be a meta hero. We'll just really have to see. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.